Hello, this is Tina Kash. Welcome back to my channel. Yes, this is a beautiful Sunday out here. So today I'm going to be sharing with us the various kind of documents that we are required to upload when applying for our visit visa. So I'm currently in the visit visa series. Yes, I should be rounding up this series pretty soon so that I can dive into the permanent resident. That's my area of interest anyway. The permanent resident, the study and every other route to come to Canada. So in the meantime, do not forget to share, like, subscribe to this channel. The documents you're required to have when you want to put in for your visitor's visa application is number one, you are required to have your international passport. Yes. So the international passport has a placeholder on its own when you're about uploading your documents. So ensure you have a valid um, passports to be used for your visa application. And it is also important to know for visitors visa in Canada that they usually give you your visa to be on whichever comes first between your biometrics validity and also the expiration of your passport. So ensure you have a passport with a longer date to expire so you can take advantage of the length of visa that Canada usually grants. Yes, your proof of fund. And it also has a placeholder on its own where you can upload your proof of fund. So this option, you have either the proof of fund of whoever is sponsoring you or either your own. If you also have your employment bank statement where to show that you are actually employed and you are earning an income from your employment, then this is it. You can also put in your business bank statement should you be running your business on your own, just a proof to show that you have the financial capacity. Just a proof to show that you have the financial capacity to bring yourself to Canada, and this is also required. So should you not have anyone that's inviting you to Canada, that where you have your invitation letter, if you do not have anyone giving you invitation letter, you are also required to have like your Airbnb bookings or your hotel accommodation. And one of the favorite I like using is bookings.com. Yeah, you can check out. I'll drop the link in the description. Bookings.com. You can have a reservation for your hotel accommodation. It usually does not have to cost you any amount to get your reservation done. And this will show that okay, you have a planned place you're going to stay as soon as you get to Canada. Yeah. Okay. The fourth document is what I call the cover letter. Yeah, I call it the cover letter, especially for those who are coming for conference or as a tourist. Yes, you're required to have a cover letter. This is because the cover letter should have so in summary or in details. Yeah, let's use the in details. The cover letter should have in details what you're coming to do in Canada. If you're coming as a tourist, it should have the tourist center you intend to visit, your itinerary for the whole 1 week, 2 weeks you intend to be in Canada. So your day one, your day two, your day three, all the activities you intend to engage in, this cover letter should carry it in totality. And you trying to toast or maybe discuss with the visa officer that this is your activity in the next 2 weeks when you come to Canada. And should you be also coming for a conference, this cover letter is also very important. Then you state the details of your conference you're coming for and the impact of this conference to your work back home when you go back home. What are the benefits this will have in your overall development or your overall job when you go back home. This is aside the documents you're going to get for the conference. It is very important that you get a letter of recommendation or a letter from the conference organizers to also submit that, oh, you are coming to this conference, you're a participant of this upcoming event, and so on. So please do not forget that aside your cover letter, if you're coming for conference, also endeavor to have a letter from the conference, a reference letter, so to speak, from the conference organizer so that you can use this. Yes. Okay. Another document that you're required to have is invitation letter. Yeah. Should you be applying and having someone invited you, please do ensure that you have your invitation letter. And usually there are multiple ways this appear, and some visa application I've applied before, the invitation letter has a placeholder on its own. But recently I noticed that this placeholder for invitation letter are no longer there. But this is not to say that you will not upload it in the optional section of the visa application. Yeah, aside your invitation letter, please make sure that whoever is inviting you, their means of identification is also added. If they are PR holders, their PR card, if they're students, whatever their means of identification is, if they're citizen, their citizenship passport or anything, just to add to the invitation letter. It is very important you do that. Yeah. Okay, another document that you're required to have is your employment letter. Yeah. So should you be working and you've stated that you're working and you're going to go on leave, please do not forget to add your employment letter. This is also to show that you're engaged back home. These are the little pointers that is used to reference your application. These are the pointers that the visa officer will use to actually prove your tie back home. Like I mentioned in my previous video, there's nothing in specific that will say tie back home, but these are the pointers that shows that, oh, this person is engaged back home and this person will definitely return back home after their visit to Canada. So please do not forget to add in your employment letter. And also one other document is also your leave letter, or any letter from your employer, like a reference letter from your employer detailing that you're going to go on leave within this period, that these are the job you do for them, or just a reference letter. Having, they're usually online, they're usually references or templates. They're usually templates of reference letter you can get online to show your name, your position, what you do, and you're going to be on leave within this period. So usually reference letter or employment or leave letter usually should suffice for this particular purpose. Another one I would like to bring up is the pay slip. Yeah, your pay slip, or you call it pay stub, whichever you call it in your region. So this can accompany the proof of your payment of salary. So should you not have a bank statement you want to upload, pay slip can come in handy as a as an option. Another option for bank statements, we all know that most organizations give you pay slip at the end of each pay period, so please do endeavor to to add your pay slip when you are uploading your documents. Okay, so for those that also have families, or you have other engagement, this is one of the things I have done. Yes, this is one of the things I have done. So should you be applying for someone and the person has commitment in church, yeah, this has actually come in handy, and you can get a reference letter from the church showing that this person is a deaconess, this person is a deacon, and this person has engagement in church. Church reference has worked. Yes, even this year I know multiple people that church reference has also worked, especially for the older ones that are retired and do not have business but they are engaged back home. So some of us that have our parents that we want to invite to Canada, and our parents are retired, they are not doing business, or even if they are doing business, this business is not registered. So these are some of the documents that has come in handy over time. Like I usually tell people, you cannot go around if you're providing multiple documentation. It is to your advantage to have multiple documentation for the purpose of your visa application rather than not providing at all. Yes, so another document also that I usually recommend is, it's important anyway, for those that are not in paid employment but they are doing the business of their own. When you know you're running a business of your own, then you have this business registered. So your incorporation documents, yes, this will come in handy to also prove that you are engaged back home. So your incorporation document is one of the important documents that you should also ensure that you upload when you're applying for your visa. So these are just the documents that are most importantly required when applying for your visit visa. Ensure that you package your visa appropriately. Like I always say, if you cannot convince yourself that this makes sense to you, how else do you want to convince the visa application officer that it makes sense? So as much as possible, review it, have a third party go over it. These things are not so difficult to put in. The applications are not so difficult to put in. I think the major issue people have is their inability to gather the required document or align their thought rightly. So you can't be saying A in this part of the application and you're saying Z in another part of the application. So let your thoughts be coherent and everything should just go in smoothly. So wishing you the best as you apply for your visa application. Thank you. Bye.